You know, the product is already there for you. You don't have to worry about creating or curating anything new. Your job, our job as independent consultants and advocates for health and wellness is to just convey the message to people. We cannot control how they will take the message, but as long as we're sharing the message genuinely and authentically and our, you know, with our goofy self, and we're just like, fuck it, I love this, I'm going to share it.
What is the worst that can happen?
The worst that can happen is that you can commit a few years of your life and a few $1,000s to this and then end up with nothing to show for it. Oh, and you ruined your personal friendships and relationships because they got annoyed of you reaching out to them, asking them to buy your products. That's the worst that could happen. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is G. On my channel, I like to make videos to expose the shady, predatory, and manipulative tactics of MLMs. MLMs are known as multi-level marketing businesses, but they also go by direct selling, social selling, network marketing, social marketing, commercial cults. But my favorite is to refer to them as a legal pyramid scheme because MLMers always like saying, well, it's legal, so that must mean it's okay. No, boo. Just because it's legal does not mean that you should do that. Now, anyway, today I would like to react to an Arbonne Zoom call. Now, lately I've been a little bit obsessed with Arbonne, so now I want to dig in and see, after you join the business, what does it actually look like when you're in that company and you have to start attending those team Zoom calls. I really hope that you enjoy the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. Please subscribe to the channel. All of those things help my channel with the YouTube algorithm. Algorithm? I still really don't know how that works, but this is what I see other YouTubers say and do on their videos, so I'm doing it too. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And now without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. Sorry for this squeaky chair.
Okay, hi everyone. Happy Friday. Happy July 12th. I'm currently like literally it's as bright as it looks because I'm wearing sunglasses, so don't mind my incognito look. But today's meeting is super exciting because we're gonna have our lovely share a little bit of wisdom with us. Her and I have been collaborating on something that we're excited to share with you all tonight, about reaching out to fitness professionals in our areas and having them really take a serious look at Arbonne. And so I know you're like, okay, that sounds kind of scary. I wouldn't know where to start. And to be honest, the topic that Amy will be training on tonight is about like going out of your comfort zone. And a lot of the times we get so caught up in the, you know, in the smaller details of things of like, what am I going to say? What can I say? And these things. And so instead of getting caught up in that, I'm excited for you guys to hear how we've kind of, or how Amy's kind of grown past that, those kind of like small fears that we first begin with. So just a few housekeeping things before we get started with the training.
Just want to pause it right there and say there's not many people that are on this call right here. One of the people that is totally just has their phone open and is not even present in the screen right now. That's fine. It just also shows to me though, like these people probably have so much stuff to do in their normal regular lives. This is literally something that you are having to like squeeze into time that you don't even have. Even though they say fit it into the pockets of time you do have, right? These people, two of them are literally in their cars right now. They don't even have the time to be sitting at home or somewhere to attend this meeting. They have to squeeze it in while they're already trying to do something. So that kind of sucks.
Training. Number one, impact training registration is officially open, and for this whole month it's early bird registration. And you guys, you want to do the early bird because it's only $35, so it's $10 cheaper than not early bird. And early bird registrants actually get a free gift upon arrival at the thing. So not only are you saving money, but you also get a free gift. And I believe it's like a spiced vanilla chai candle, which you might be like, oh, I don't really care about candles. But I'm telling you, you guys, we have at my house like Bath and Body Works candles that give me literal headaches because of the fumes that they give off. And so having, you know, a true epitome of like, you know, my home is Arbonized with this candle is really great.
Okay, so not even 2 minutes into the team call, and already we're being told that we have to pay a fee for this additional program. So I thought the point of being in this business is so that we could be making money, but no, we're going to have to keep paying with the little programs, the little fees here and there. And I was nodding my head because I do agree with her. There are certain candles that you just like, they give you a massive headache. I actually just got a candle. It's one of my favorites too. It's like right there next to this plant. It's really good. I love how it smells, but I do notice a correlation. I got it a few days ago. I started burning it yesterday and I'm burning it today as well. And my head has really been hurting. So I do think that there is a need for candles that don't give you headaches, but you don't need to join an MLM to get them.
Do have the incentive of hitting your, you know, your district manager, not your brick or going district manager this month. And so you guys have 3 more days. I'm extending it till the 15th because I feel like the 12th is kind of like an awkward date. So the 15th, you have a few more days to go for it. And I don't want you to think about, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so far, or I still have this many. Like, you guys, you have the rest of this month, but you have the chance to challenge yourself now to see how far you can go until the 15th and see how much more you have to do from then on, or how many more people you have to reach out to and help, and really step out of your comfort zone and do that. And so that'll be at the end of Amy's training. She'll talk about, you know, hitting her break and everything. And
so step out of your comfort zone, recruit people. I've moved the deadline from the 12th to the 15th. Really, girl? Like, I'm curious to know like what deadline that is, and if it's really something where it's an arbitrary thing that they say to try to like convince people to work harder. But also, why do I always like hold little things throughout videos? Sorry about that. Totally forgot what else I was gonna say. Oh, I wanted to say that it's interesting because in all the videos that I just watched about Arbonne, the compensation plan video, the opportunity video, it's more like, oh, Arbonne is amazing. This is why you should join us. Our products are incredible. But then now here she's like very, you know, straightforward about it. Like, you guys have to recruit. You have to go out and find some more people so that you can become the district area manager. And I'll go ahead and put the income disclosure so that you can be reminded how much that rank will actually make.
And what else is there? I know that there's something else. There's also an OKC lifer training obviously in OKC, but it was actually a really cheap training too. It was like $45. I believe it's currently sold out, but if you're
So that's the second training or type of program that she mentioned. So she mentioned one a few minutes ago, and now this one. So do you see how many extra costs there are when you're involved in this type of business?
if you're interested in looking into that, it is one of the most hugest. It is a really big thing that happens every year. Huge speakers are going to be speaking on there. I think Cecilia Stoll, Peyton Scheibner, those are just a couple of the few that I know of. But we're actually lucky to have our speakers for Impact. So if you can't do that, make sure you make Impact happen. We're going to the Long Beach one in September. And so I'm giving everybody enough time to plan for it. If you need to carpool with us, reach out to any one of us here so that way we can make it work and we can make it happen. No excuses. There's plenty of time, and it's really affordable, especially because we'll be going together. And so with that being said, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Amy. Go ahead, girl.
Hi, guys. Yeah, so was like, I want you to speak in the meeting on Friday. And I was like, what? Okay. What do I say? So I have like a couple talk.
Didn't Glasses Girl in the beginning of the video say, oh yeah, me and so have been working really hard and collaborating on this, and we're so excited to share it with you?
Her and I have been collaborating on something that we're excited to share with you all tonight.
And she's like, I have to talk. No, but I'm like her though. It's so weird. Like sometimes I feel like I'm good at public speaking and I'm comfortable being in front of people and presenting about something. Other times I'm like, no, please don't ask me to talk. If I have to go, I'm just gonna sit there and absorb, but I don't want to be an active part of it.
Topics, I guess, that I'll like cover kind of briefly, but I also really want to like have time for like hearing from you guys and like questions as well. So kind of like the first topic is just like thinking outside of the box. So like I feel like I've learned just from like this business is like there's no like one way to do it, and there's not really a right way or a wrong way to do it. It's pretty much like however you make of it. And so whether like you're just doing like DMs on Instagram, or you know you're literally like going into stores or businesses and advertising that way, or if you're just advertising with your family, like there's so many ways to do it. And I've really learned that like network marketing literally is everywhere we go, and like no matter what we do in day-to-day life, we're doing network marketing. So like whether we like it or not, we're advertising for other products, so like why not advertise for our own? So just like thinking outside the box, thinking about like how you can just like incorporate it into your daily life and like your daily conversations with people, and you know, not being like that person, but like talking like just naturally about the products in your day-to-day life.
Okay, on one hand, I get what she's saying. If you have, let's just say, what's a brand? Columbia. My husband really likes the brand Columbia. Let's say you have a Columbia sweater, you go out, you know, somebody might actually see that sweater and be like, oh wow, that is a really cool sweater. I'm gonna go and buy one that looks just like that. That is how she's trying to say, you know, we're already network marketing. But here's the difference. When my husband goes out and he's wearing his Columbia sweater, he's not going up to people and saying, hey, check out my sweater. Isn't it the best? Oh yeah, it just keeps me so warm. And you know what? We're going global right now. So it's just such an amazing sweater. You should totally buy one. No, you buy things because you like that brand and because it makes you feel special or pretty and all that good stuff. But that doesn't mean that you're going out and you're advertising for them. It's completely different.
And really just thinking outside the box every single day. How can you bring this business into your life? How has it changed your life? And, you know, how you can kind of like go above and beyond in your business every day. So with that comes with like using resources.
Going above and beyond in your business every day. I get it. On one hand, I get it. But at the same time, how do I describe this without sounding bad? And it's not bad. It's not, what I'm saying is not bad, but I don't want it to sound bad. It's just not humanly possible to every single day put in 150,000%. Some days you're gonna feel tired. Some days you're not gonna want to do it. I'm gonna cut this all out. This whole part is coming out of the video. Cut. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Cut.
So something that I like found really great on our business website was the CRM tool. So like I said on our last meeting, I'm probably super late to the party, but I had no idea that there are all these email templates that you literally are already built out for you. You just have to load in like all the email addresses of people that you know, and then just send emails. So there's one for like, I want to get to know you better. I want to understand your journey and your story. And then there's ones to like tell them about all the new products that we launched recently. There's also ones, you know, being very specific, like this is our RE9 line, this is our skin elixir, this is our, you know, our Genis intelligence tool, and being very specific. And then there's more broad ones. So literally whatever you want to tell someone, there's probably an email template for it. So like, don't work harder, work smarter. So if you're like, I want to tell my grandma.
So on one hand, that's efficiency, right? That's helping your consultants with these messages. But don't just go and copy and paste and copy and paste and copy and paste, because that's not going to work. You can sit there, take the time, copy and paste to everybody you know on your Instagram account. That doesn't mean that everyone's going to say yes. And chances are you're going to be reaching out to someone who has no interest in multi-level marketing, and you might actually offend them.
About our RE9 line, but like I don't want to jump on the phone with her and explain it to her, or I don't want to just like send her a random text. I'll send her an email and then I can follow up with like a text or a phone call. So I actually did that with my grandma, bless her heart. You know, it's just kind of getting that conversation started, and then obviously like following up with an email.
Don't go after your grandma. Oh my gosh. Leave the grandmas alone. Haven't they done enough? Haven't they done enough? Seriously. Let them enjoy their life without having to waste their hard-earned money on your overpriced products.
So I sent out one of those CRM emails to my neighbor, just like I was like fooling around, sending emails. I sent it to her about the 30-day challenge. She actually reached out to me and she's like, I really want to do this 30-day challenge. Like it sounds, you know, amazing. And you had really great results with it. And then I went over to her house last night and I got her signed up. So like, it's really, like, it might not always be that easy and simple, but it really can be if you're willing to like just use the resources that you have. And another resource I use daily is just listening to people. So everyone has something that they want to change about their life, whether it be, you know, with their wealth, their health, or both, or just something very specific, like, you know, they see your skin, they're like, oh my God, your skin looks great. What have you been doing? Like, it's a great outlet or a great intro to talking about what you've been doing. So just listening, you know, people have problems and issues every single day and they're just looking for a solution. So why can't you be that solution?
Okay, if you're hanging out with friends and they're talking about, you know, their problems, they do not want you to come back with, oh, hey, my MLM has a product for that. Want to buy it from me? If people are venting to you about what's going on with their lives, listen, be interested, ask them questions, but don't just use that as a tactic to sell your products. That is just really slimy.
And then, of course, Instagram and Facebook are always going to be great resources. I would say, like, with DMs, you know, not like, I found that like I tend to like follow people and I'll kind of like nurture that relationship for like a week or so, or like I'll get to know kind of like what they're up to in their daily life. And then I'll reach out to them and be like, hey, like for instance, this blogger that I follow, she got married a week before I got married last year. And her husband are planning their 1-year anniversary trip. And she posted about the trip, and then her husband commented on it. He's like, oh my God, babe, we got to get our beach bodies back. So I was like, well, hello, I'm here. So it was like a cute little like intro, like, hey girl, I saw your recent post about you're planning to go to Bali for your 1 year. Like I would love to share, you know, the gift of this 30-day program if you guys are looking for a way to kind of like get back in shape for your 1-year anniversary trip. So,
oh my gosh. If my husband and I were posting pictures, reminiscing, and then, you know, commenting and talking about, oh, we need to get our beach bodies back on social media, and then an MLM hun comes on and says, oh, hey, why don't I tell you about my program that'll help you get your beach body back? I would be so freaking annoyed at that. It's just like when you're walking through the store and then somebody comes up to you trying to sell you something. It's like, can you mind your own business and leave me alone? Like, I'm here doing my own thing. People are there doing their own thing on social media because that's a creative outlet. That's a way for them to express themselves and connect with others. Just because the opportunity is there to pounce on people doesn't mean that you should. Doesn't mean that it's ethical.
Well, I would say like using Instagram and Facebook are great tools. And if you don't want to,
they're great tools to make you a tool.
Be like that person where you're like just like following people and then reaching out right away. Like just take a week or so to like listen to them, see their posts, see their stories, like what are they up to? What do they need in their life? And then, you know, kind of going from there.
So pretend to be their friends for a week before you move in for the kill.
And I feel like I have felt this way as well about like feeling like I need to reach out to people because I need to make that sale like today. And like I've felt that way of like, I just need to make the sale right now, but I need to learn. And I feel like other people might need to learn too. Like sometimes we just need to take time and we need to nurture relationships and plant seeds, because the more we plant, the more we nurture, like the more it's not going to seem like a sales pitch or like a pushy kind of request. It's going to seem more natural and more like this person actually cares about me versus like they're just trying to make a sale off of me.
So in her example, her line of thinking is that after a week or so, after you've laid some foundation for some sort of personal relationship, that the sales pitch is going to be better received. I'll just tell you from my personal experience though, if there was somebody who started following me on social media, started interacting with me, had similar interests, had a lot of things in common with me, I would start feeling excited like, oh my goodness, is this a friendship that's blossoming here? But if somebody did that to me and then I found out that they were just trying to butter me up before they eventually asked me to purchase or join their MLM, I would immediately go to thinking, oh, so all of this was just so that you could get me to be your customer.
So I've definitely learned that a lot in the last few weeks. And I hope that's something that you guys can learn as well. And then thirdly is just getting out of your comfort zone. So I know like a lot of times when we get no's and we're like, oh my God, that's the 5th no I've gotten today. Like I'm done for the day. I want to, give up. Like I would say just go out of your comfort zone and just like essentially say like, fuck it, and be like, I'm going to reach out to this person. And like, if they say no, that's okay. But at least I made the effort. I planted this seed. I, did something to get that conversation started. And like 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to reach out to you in like a few weeks or months or maybe a year, because they're going to realize like, okay, that person really wanted to help me and now I'm ready to let them help me. So some relationships take longer than others. But with getting out of your comfort zone, I have a really silly story. So there was this girl that I was like admiring from afar at Orange Theory. And I was like, oh my God, she'd be so good to do the 30-day. But I was like, I'm not going to reach out to her. Like, I just met her. I don't want her to think I'm weird. And so I was like, I'll give it like a few days. And then I reached out to her and got her on the 30 days. So I'm super happy because was on my team, so it like benefited me as well. But I was like, I should have just reached out to her. Like, why did I stop myself? Why did I tell myself like not to do it? And then of course I did it, which I'm super happy about. But I'm like, that could have been me too. Like, why wasn't that me? So I would just.
She's like, yeah, go. I'm happy for her, but that could have been me. Oh, and she also said, I still benefit from it. She's going to benefit a little bit because she wasn't the direct person, whereas if she personally enrolled that person, she would have benefited a lot more. But it's just like really just kind of icky.
I would just say if you're like hesitant, you're like, I don't want to reach out, I'll let it like wait a couple days, like maybe do wait a couple days, but don't be scared to reach out because they might get swooped up by someone else because maybe they are open to being reached out to, and you just never know it until you reach out to them. So get out of your comfort zone. Don't let fear stop you. Get over it. Just in your mind, just say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then just hit that send button and just like breathe a little. And then do your more reach outs. The more you do, the more you like get into your rhythm. I believe and trust that you will get over hearing the no's as like a negative and be like, okay, that's fine. Like on to the next. I planted the seed. I'm good. I'll move on.
So that's just really toxic. And that reminds me of the 8 steps to success MLM propaganda that we went over in the Devil Core MLM horror story video, where you need to first have a positive attitude. And then you need to maintain your positive attitude because you're going to get hit with rejection and rejection and rejection. But you need to stay positive because you need to keep going, okay? It was interesting how she said, yeah, some people, they just take a while, maybe check in with them after a year. That is just like really messed up to give people the hope. Oh, don't give up. Maybe in a year that person's going to come around. Don't give people that sort of hope. No, just if they said no, move on. Don't try to string people along by telling them about some future time when everything is going to magically work out for them.
So that's kind of like my, I would say, training. So I would say, think outside the box, use your resources, and get out of your comfort zone. And just really just like, we're at the 12th of the month and I just checked my dashboard, and at the 12th of the month, I've already hit my maintenance for the month. So I'm already at 2,600 QV right now. So I've already hit my maintenance. Essentially, I could stop right now and be like, I'm good. Like I hit maintenance. I don't need to work anymore. But I know that like I have bigger goals for myself and I want to reach further. So I'm going to keep going. And the way that I hit maintenance this month compared to last month is I have on my team now, and She has been killing it out there with like reach outs and talking to people at Orange Theory and her parents and her family. So she got 2 people to do the 30-day challenge, and then she ordered about 1,000 QV on her own from her own store to then do samples for her friends and family. So with her QV, and then with me bringing on 3 new PCs, and then doing orders for myself, we were able to accumulate the 2,600 QV for me to hit my maintenance. So
just for her to have maintenance, she had to sign up some new customers, enroll this new person, and that person sold the 30-day program to 2 people, and then also spent $1,000. They spent $1,000 on products. I don't know, you guys. It would not make me feel good if I was able to reach some sort of distinct level. It wouldn't make me feel good if I knew that the only reason I got there was because I'm having to seriously exploit the money and efforts of somebody else.
So, and we're only at the 12th of the month. So, and like this time last month, I was struggling to hit maintenance. So I just feel like the difference between like last month and this month is that I've like really gotten out of my comfort zone, and I've just like told fear to like basically fuck it and go away.
Didn't she just say that the only reason she's doing much better this month is because of the girl that she keeps referencing? No, it's not because you told fear to get out of here. It's because you were able to successfully bring someone on who spent a bunch of money and who got their friends to spend a bunch of money too.
And like, I'm just not going to like let fear take me down anymore. And like, yes, I'm human. So like every day is different. And like, there's going to be days where I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. But then I just have to remember, like, I am my own worst enemy, and I am my own boss. So like, if I say no, I say no. If I say I'm scared, I say I'm scared. Like no one else is going to be like, Amy, like, yes, you guys are going to help me and be like, do it. But like, essentially it's my business. So like, I want to run it. I'm going to run it. So yeah, so that's like what I want to say. But what I was talking about earlier in the call is I try to get together at least once a week to just like brainstorm and like have ideas. And I definitely encourage you ladies to like either get together with your upline or a sideline or someone like once a week or every other week, whatever works, just either on the phone or in person, and just like brainstorm with another person on our team. Because I feel like the chat is really good, but it's also just great to just like talk one-on-one with someone else and kind of like hear their experience and hear their thoughts. And you just never know what will come out of that conversation. So with Envy and I, we met last week and we're like, we love Orange Theory. Other people love Orange Theory. But like, that's just half the equation, or actually only like 20% of the equation. Like they also need nutrition. So we're like, what if we compile a list of all the gyms and small studios in the area and start reaching out to them? Like, I'm sure their clients and members also need nutritional products and also need education on, you know, getting their body detoxed and, you know, better so that they can do better at their workouts. So Envy and I made a list. We just started with about 15 small gyms and studios in like the central, like East Bay. And we compiled a template. It was literally like her and I just like, okay, let's say this, let's say this. And then we just made this cute little like template together. So like we can definitely share that with all of you, and you can kind of like customize it to what you see fit.
That's smart. MLMs are not good. We know this. But that sort of thinking right there is smart. What sort of community is going to be receptive to our products? Who can we tap into? And then they collaborated and then made this list, came up with things that they're going to say. That is good business thinking right there. So just imagine what these ladies could do if they applied that to their own business or to something that isn't a big scam. That's just where I get frustrated. Just use those skills for yourself.
But we just started emailing gyms and studios. I haven't gotten any responses yet. I just started yesterday. But our hope is that like we can connect really like personalized and one-on-one with some of these like smaller studios and gyms in like the East Bay, and really like be of service to their members. And the goal, the long-term goal, is really to get like the studio manager or the gym owner to be like an IC, and sell to their clients and members.
So the end goal would be to get the gym owner to become an independent consultant. Do you see why that would be really good for them, but really bad for everyone else? They have plenty of people that would be coming through their gym, and if the owner was an independent consultant, it's a conflict of interest. So now you're going to be trying to sell this additional opportunity when people are just coming to you to better their personal health.
So they are creating this extra stream of income for their gym and for their members, and they're kind of sort of becoming like their own one-stop shop. Like you get the gym membership and then you get the nutrition as well. And then of course, whoever the IC is under, it funnels up to you as well. So you profit from it too. So that's like our plan right now. Obviously it's still a work in progress, and it's at the baby steps right now, but I definitely encourage, like, we all don't live in the same area. So this is definitely something that you can recreate and, start on your own. So like the girls that live like in Stockton or Fairfield, and Sacramento area, like this is definitely something that you can duplicate and do like in that area as well. It doesn't have to be just an East Bay thing. And honestly, it could go pretty much anywhere. Like if you're willing to travel somewhere, like reach out to that gym. Do you know of like, a small business owner that has like a small little gym for like mid-aged women or old women, I don't know. And like maybe they need some nutritional help, like go introduce yourself and maybe become a partner with them.
So is she specifically looking for middle-aged to older women? Leave the grandmas alone.
So honestly, like the sky's the limit with this partnership. And our essential, like big goal is to host like a happy hour or a healthy happy hour for fitness professionals, and bring every kind of like fitness professional together in the same room, and talk to them about how they could leverage their time and energy with their clients to also give them nutritional information that is Arbonne products. So a lot of like Arbonne consultants like Danielle McCleary, One Healthy Bod, like they are fitness professionals and they also tell their clients about Arbonne. And One Healthy Bod actually requires his clients to be on Arbonne while they're working out with him. So those are just
one personal trainer that she just mentioned doesn't even work with the client unless they're already purchasing stuff from Arbonne. Oh my gosh. Honestly, you probably are going to just be better off sticking to being a personal trainer and like doing that on your own. At least you can be bringing in all the money and you don't have to be giving your money away.
Like some ideas and options, but yeah, long story short, the goal of this is we definitely want to create programs and services within our team that can be duplicated across the entire team. So that is what's going on right now. But I wanted to open it up to everyone on the call. I want to know like what you guys are struggling with right now, if like any of us can help you, or if you have questions about like potentially like placing random orders. I know Jess had a question about like placing like out of the box kind of orders that are not particularly like as a set or whatnot. So yeah, floor is open. Ask questions, comments. Go ahead.
Wait, while you're formulating your questions, while Amy was talking, I thought of a couple points that she totally hit the nail on the head of. But one of them was about like, when she spoke about getting over the fear of the no, or getting over like that sting of the no. When you ever get really, really scared to reach out to someone or go out of your comfort zone or do something crazy you feel like is crazy, when it comes to anything, your Arbonne business, your career, your relationship, whatever it is, I want you to calm yourself down by thinking about the worst case scenario. Think like literally, what is the worst thing that can happen? And really just be honest with yourself. Okay, the worst thing that can happen is if I ask my coworker to take a look at I work at Orange Theory, to take a look at Arbonne, and she says no to me, the worst thing that can happen is that I'm going to go to work and I'm going to have to just be myself around her. And she's going to know that I do Arbonne, which is the goal anyway. You want everyone to know you do Arbonne. or that you're an advocate for health and wellness with Arbonne, right? I love saying it like that. But when you make it real to yourself, like, okay, this is really the worst that can happen, and this is the best case scenario. Then in your head, you know the situation. You feel like you're at that point. You're like, I can deal with that. I can handle getting a no from her. I can handle, the scenario A, B, or C. And so I've been doing that a lot, and I'm just like, you know what, worst case scenario, this happens, and I think I can deal with that. Like, I can deal with that short bit of uncomfort.
I agree with her to a point. There's always that fear of this is not going to go the way that I want. Maybe I'm going to get told no. So you do have to start mentally preparing yourself for that. But if you are having to have that conversation with yourself multiple times a day, multiple times a week, oh, what's the worst that can happen? They're just going to say no. It reminds me of just conditioning yourself to kind of shut your emotions off, and it's just not normal to have to shut those off. It's gonna take a toll on your self-esteem. And even with these little tricks, like, oh, just tell yourself it's gonna be fine, I still think that it's not gonna be very good in the long run.
So that's helped me a lot. And then pertaining to the fitness professionals thing that we just shared right now, you guys, like, reach out to literally, your upline, your sidelines, exactly what Amy said, and collaborate off of each other. Like we said in the past meetings, I'm going to keep reiterating it. You are not alone. Like, you're not alone. And Amy is like not the only person that is like allowed to meet with me or allowed to like, she can collaborate with Jessica, and you guys can collaborate with each other, and you know what I mean. We can make these things happen as long as we're willing to do that one extra step. And so I encourage you guys, like, we just came up with the idea of having the healthy happy hour with the fitness professionals yesterday. And before that scares you, I want you to realize that everything in Arbonne has been happening for 40 years. So whatever you're looking for, whatever answer, whatever solution, whatever way has been done before. So it's all about really working smarter and not harder, right? It's all about like, okay, if I do this presentation, just think of it as a healthy happy hour, like how we hold events here and there, right? The presentation is already set out for you. The information is already set in stone. All you got to do is be you and show up. And that's something that you can apply every single day.
Nope. Just because the system is there, just because the presentation's there, it doesn't mean that all you have to do is show up. Your effort, you showing up, does not translate into what you will be paid. It's just categorically incorrect.
The product is already there for you. You don't have to worry about creating or curating anything new. Your job, our job as independent consultants and advocates for health and wellness is to just convey the message to people. We cannot control how they will take the message, but as long as we're sharing the message genuinely and authentically and with our goofy self, and we're just like, fuck it, I love this, I'm going to share it. What is the worst that can happen?
The worst that can happen is that you can commit a few years of your life and a few $1,000s to this and then end up with nothing to show for it. Oh, and you ruined your personal friendships and relationships because they got annoyed of you reaching out to them, asking them to buy your products. That's the worst that could happen.
Right? So I just wanted to add that. Amazing job. I can't wait to hear what everyone else is going to do. I have to actually pee really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and let reopen the floor for you guys. Please ask your questions, collaborate. Like, this is a time for you to just be out of the box and just say like, oh, how did you come up with this? Like, ask the questions that you're thinking about. And yeah, take it away, you guys. Ask your questions.
All right, floor is open. So if you guys have questions or you just want to share anything, I think we have like 10 more minutes left on the Zoom, maybe like 14 minutes because she started a little late. So go ahead if you have anything.
How long do you wait before like reaching out to strangers to like talk about not just like Arbonne, like because obviously like Arbonne has probably been brought up in the conversation, but like the 30 days or like customizing a order kind of thing. Is it
Can you say the first part because it was really low when you started talking? Sorry.
How long, like when you're meeting a stranger, right? You're trying to build rapport. How long do you wait or like take to like yeah, not like bring up the conversation again, but bring up the opportunity of the 30 days or like building or customizing an order. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, like it was kind of like, so like with the,
So her question is, how long do you wait after you meet someone before trying to pitch them the products or the opportunity? Which like she kind of talked about earlier, but what she said earlier was reach out to them, but then also don't reach out to them. Like some people you need to reach out to immediately, some wait for a while. So I really don't know.
the girl, that Orange Theory, like I kind of like wanted to wait like 2 or 3 days, and then like it ended up being like she got swooped up by, which was totally fine. But I would say like if I like meet like a random person on Instagram, like I try to like kind of comb through their profile and see like what kind of person they are, or like what maybe like they're looking for, and give it like a couple days, like maybe 2 or 3 days at the most before I would like start to like reach out, or like I would like let them start to see like my story. So I always try to check like my story views before the 24 hours is up, just to kind of see like, okay, is it the same people viewing it, or is it new people, different people, and just really seeing like who is watching, and who like maybe has been watching and who I can like reach out to. But I mean, I feel like it's kind of like however you feel, and like if you feel like they're like an A, like a star, like that you like just have to reach out to right away, like I would say go for it. But if you feel like maybe like you want to nurture the relationship a little while and you don't want to just like hit the follow button and then be like, hey, like want to learn about this, or hey, I'm this person, and maybe at least like a 24-hour window before you start like reaching out. And I would like view their stories too, and like kind of see who they are. And then like see if they're viewing yours, see if they're liking your posts. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's different with every like scenario. Like it's different with every kind of person that I like follow or they follow me. Because everyone just has a different need and a different kind of like relationship that they want out of like their followers on Instagram. Yeah. Does that help? Sorry.
Yeah, no, it helps. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you guys usually deal with people that want like to try things or get samples before actually like buying or even like committing to looking at like the catalog or online?
Does anyone else want to answer that? I mean, I can take it, but
For me, I kind of like build that rapport with that individual and see what kind of person that they're going to be, because as much as like I want to give samples, it's like my personal stuff too.
mm-hmm.
There's, I don't know, like for me, I have like this rule of like give like almost 50% of your products as samples and then keep 50% for yourself.
Oh my gosh. Let's just say more consultants share that same perspective, where be prepared to give away 50% of your own stash. That's crazy, because those are just samples. So you're giving them away and you might not be getting anything back from them. So you're basically just buying everyone else around you overpriced products as well. And you're not making anything off of that unless you get that person converted as a real customer. But like she just said, some people are going to take that sample from you and then not even follow up.
So like kind of like 50-50, but you want to like kind of like savor. So not saying like pick and choose, but like what's that called? Like you know how like a digestion plus, like you could break that in half. Like customize the size portions of your sampling. And then this is really like bougie and probably ghetto, but I put them in Ziploc bags and I give them to people. But that's really like how I
do that too.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's how I share like my samples. So yeah, I can portion it the way I can. Yeah.
For everything you're paying to be a part of this company, they can't even like hook you up with some samples? Like really? Like come on.
Wait, I have something I can share on that. I feel like what's that called? So sometimes, or I guess what we fail to realize, that there's not really a true way to give samples. Like you literally can decide, like, okay, do I want to give my stash? Do I want to, just kind of share testimonies, and that way they don't even feel like they need to get samples, and they can just try it without fear. But one thing you always want to reiterate is that Arbonne actually has a 45-day money back guarantee. So yes, you can give samples. I do it here and there as well, like when it comes to fizzies, because I always have those extra in my purse. That's a tip. Always have extra fizzies and extra stuff in your purse or in your bag, just so you can easily just be like, here, I use this every day. You can try it and see if you like it and let me know. I love it, so I would love for you to try it as well. But the fact that Arbonne has the 45-day money back guarantee means that they can try the product and order it from us without fear that if they don't like it, they can get their money back.
That's just a tactic so that the company can get a hold of your money, but it's not always as easy as just saying, hey, I'd like my refund now, and they give you back your money. Some cases, maybe they will. Some cases, maybe things are going to get messed up and you're going to not be able to get your refund. And then another thing to remember when it comes to refunds is that when you have to send that product back, they're going to make you pay for the shipping. So it's not even like you're breaking even. If you do that, you will end up having lost money just so that you can try whatever the sample is.
That right there will alleviate a lot of the fact of, like, people will, basically they'll hit it and quit it. They'll take the sample and then they'll either not use it, meaning it's a, wasted precious cargo, or, right? Like, you don't want to waste your precious stuff because you're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if this person's actually going to try it, or they're going to try it and then they're going to not pay attention and they're going to waste it, right? So if you're going to give a sample, always find a date where you establish with a person when you're going to follow up with them about it. So that way they're more conscious about, okay, this person is giving me something that they personally use, and so I shouldn't take it lightly. I should respect it, and I should really see if it's something that I can use or something that I can really take advantage of or maybe order for myself. And so a good way to do this would be like, hey girl, remember how we were talking about fizzies the other day? I'm so sorry I didn't have one to give you right away, but I brought you a sample today. I know you're about to work out either today or tomorrow. So how about this? I'm going to give you a sample, and because it's from my precious stash, I would really just love your feedback. So can we follow up? Can we shoot me a text? Can I shoot you a text, or can you shoot me a text after your workout class, or after your work shift, or like 10 to 30 minutes after you use a product, and just give me some of your feedback. So that way they know that, like, you're serious about giving them this thing. You're not just like, here you go, hope you like it, right?
Yeah.
So establishing that, like, oh my gosh, I really would.
Okay, like, honestly, if somebody was like, hey, you want a sample, but I expect to talk to you on this day and let's, debrief about how it went, I'd be like, honestly, keep your sample. Like, I don't want to deal with this. That's just me, though. I can be kind of antisocial sometimes.
Really would love your feedback because I love it, but I know everybody's different. So I'll give you a couple of my samples in exchange for your feedback. And if you love it, I can help you get your great discount too. Right? So that way you're not wasting food.
How about this? You don't give me your samples and I do give you my feedback. You're involved in a legal pyramid scheme. And that feedback was free for you. Yay! Am I a bitch?
Your precious stuff, and you're actually getting someone's full attention on the product, because then they'll be paying attention to themselves after taking it. Does that make sense? Some people will just take it and be like, oh, it's a pre-workout, okay, I'm good. Yeah. They'll take it and then they'll waste it. So, those are my 2 cents. Any other questions? I think we have about like maybe 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we have like 3 more minutes. So
okay, 3 more minutes.
If anyone has any other questions, go for it.
If while you guys are thinking, I just want you all to know that there's literally nothing in this business that's impossible, right? You can literally accomplish anything with a little bit of courage. You don't have to know everything, and that's the best part, is that you don't have to know everything because there's a resource. There's a resource for everything. So if you're letting fear get in the way, just know that it takes the same amount of courage to be like, okay, Why am I scared? Find the reason why, and find the counteract to it, right? How can you walk yourself through that? Because as much as we all would love to literally be there in your ear being like, no, girl, you can do it. You've got to be that for yourself, right? You've got to be that person cheering yourself on, saying, why am I being so like laid back? Why am I not, going for it? What am I so afraid of?
What that reminds me of is the indoctrination that happens in cults, where they are teaching you all of these systems and all of these beliefs that they want you to adopt. And it gets to the point where later on down the line, the cult doesn't need to be the one to police you, because it's so ingrained into your mind that you're actually the one who's policing yourself.
Right? So does anybody have any questions or anything they want to share? You literally can only see my nose holes. Well, if no one has any other questions, great job, Amy. Love your training. You're such a leader at heart. And for all of you that are on here, just know that I will be reaching out to you soon, because I want to hear from all of you. And this community and this space is all about you being able to break out of your comfort zone. Slowly but surely, or however you want to do it. So love you guys. Let's go for it. Love you.
Oh. You got 2 minutes, girl. Go.
Is August 24th still happening?
Oh yes, yeah. Oh yeah. So if you guys weren't on the call before, August 24th is going to be like our big like Discover Arbonne event at my house. It is a Saturday, so I hope y'all can make it. I'm going to challenge you to invite at least 2 people, if not more. So the minimum is 2. The max is however many you want. My house is pretty big, so we can fit a good amount of people in here. And then if you want to come and help like set up, we'll discuss a time as it gets closer. I'll talk to Nicole about a time, but if you want to come early, like literally you can come as early as like 10 or 11, hang out. And then after the Discover Arbonne, I think the plan is to literally like go like hardcore and pretend it's like close night. And just like use the momentum from the Discover Arbonne event, and just have all of our laptops out and just like, cheer each other on as we all try to finish whatever our goals are for that month. So yeah, God, you're loud. But anyways, if you guys don't have any more questions, I know that me is probably going to cut us off soon, so I don't want it to cut us off.
When you say invite 2 people, do you mean like in person or like virtually?
So it's in person.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with that, I just want to say thank you guys for listening. I'm going to post this recording on the meeting or the group or the chat. But yeah, if you have any other questions, go to the chat. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk Monday at 8 p.m.
Wowza. If you are still here, thank you for staying and for sticking around. That team call was interesting. We could finally see the main focus of Arbonne is recruiting. That happened in the very beginning of the meeting. They're closing off the meeting again by reminding you we're having this event coming up. Make sure you invite 2 people. It's all about recruiting, you guys. And then when you think about how much time, how much energy, how much personal relationships that you have to sacrifice in order to do this business, is it really worth it though? Is it really worth it? Can you just be a part of a different community that you don't have to pay to be a part of? Can you buy products that are not so expensive and save your money? I'm definitely going to keep looking into Arbonne. Let me know what you think below. Did you catch any culty vibes here? What's your experience with Arbonne? What's your experience with any other MLMs? I'm going to try to get better at leaving my email address in every description box. I'm going to go ahead and leave it down there if you want to get in touch with me. And again, thank you so much for staying, for watching the video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye!